Good morning, everyone. Hello, Callum.
Good
How are
morning.
you?
I'm good. How are you, Marcin?
Uh, I'm also good. We've had a quick chat to catch up
Yeah.
before we started live, and yeah, it's another crazy week and different week in all the circumstances around that. But yeah, I've been really busy, and I thought that I will crash this week and finish all of the things which were just waiting on my to-do list because my wife was not working for this week, but no, it didn't happen.
It's been the exact same for me. I had a to-do list of probably 3 things at the start of the week, and I think I've managed half of one. Um, like, just so much stuff's come up. It's actually been quite a crazy week.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really help that the weather here has been really nice. And when you're stuck inside for ages, and we're allowed 1 hour a day outside, so we've been outside a bit as well, which I wouldn't normally do. I was saying earlier in the week, it's going to be a bit of a shock when everyone has to go back to work and they start to realize that, oh, I can't just go for a walk for an hour in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, I was showing it across my friends that till the whole quarantine and the COVID-19 issue, shower in the middle of day was a my thing. It was a my thing, and right now everybody is doing that. So it's you've said 1 hour walks and showers.
We're going to see demands for showers being fitted now. What a constantly stocked fridge of snacks and drinks.
Yeah, but maybe we can also highlight the Scott Hanselman issue, the thread right now, because how we see this whole quarantine, it's we've all mentioned and confirmed that it's different. It's not like I've been working remotely for 8 years or more than 8 years, and right now I feel different. I feel like I'm not totally productive at the level which will be enough for me, and this enough is always high. So let me share my screen because Scott Hanselman shared a tweet at some point during this week that quarantine work is not equal. Why it's not loading? Yeah, quarantine work is not equal to remote work, and that he has been working remotely for with success for 13 years, and I've never been close to burnout. And right now, he feeling a tinge of burnout for the first time in his life.
Yeah, I agree because it's like. It's like with remote work. We discussed this last week about asynchronicity, about actually it's a different way of structuring your day, whereas quarantine work, people are being forced to do their usual jobs from home and massively struggling as a result.
Plus other businesses, other areas are doing the same, and you are sometimes dependent from someone else or something else, and it's not like you can just arrange everything around your routines, but right now you need to discover someone else's routines, then combine them all and adjust to this situation. And it's challenging, but every week we are getting better and better, I would say. But burnout is just another thing on the path which might just hit with the with a really strong force. So people and we are all need to be aware of that and just probably react somehow.
Definitely, and there's certainly an element that I mean, like we said, we both work from home, and we're probably quite used to the fact that you don't see anyone other than your family all day. But actually, it's this past few weeks has made the social interaction that you were having before, like that one meetup you go to in a week where you go to the pub and have a chat afterwards. It makes you really value those experiences, and I think now you're seeing. Well, we're trying to create substitutes with those online, but I think it's really important still to maintain a lot of that social stuff that we would have had in person, and especially for people who've been working in an office, it's going to be probably an even bigger shock because you go into the office, you can have a chat with your co-workers. You can't really do that anymore.
No. And we found some funny resources related with the Zoom calls, and one of them was the Zoom personality types, and it's really glad to highlight that right now because it highlights all of the types of people with who I've been even working with in the past, or we are right now facing it when some people are not used to even using any kind of video. Video commenting and connection stuff, and it's really funny. And the other part was the goat to meeting. I don't know if you've seen that earlier.
Yeah, I saw that. Goat to meeting is brilliant.
I don't want to trigger it now, but yeah, and my ad blocker doesn't allow me to see this resource right now. But it was about invite.
Yeah, to get a goat to join your Zoom call.
Yes, you can invite a goat to your Zoom call to have a walk through the whole farm, and you can just make it more attractive. So if you are looking for something new inside of your Zoom usual calls, invite a goat and see how it goes.
Yeah,
it sounds funny, but I think that the creativity level of some people during this quarantine just reached the peaks. And I sometimes cannot imagine things which I see.
Yeah, there's been some great stuff. There was the I'm loving the kind of people basically bored at home and having to create videos to entertain themselves. Did you see this week there was a video where a guy was like making himself a coffee, and it was too hot, and it was to Michael Jackson's like.
Yeah.
I've watched that so many times, and it cracks me up every single time.
Yeah, I've seen also a skill lift created by parents for children in the garden behind the house. Creativity
these are gonna get us through the quarantine, I'm sure.
Yeah. So if you are watching us right now and you have some crazy ideas, or you've implemented some crazy ideas to deal with the quarantine on your own, share them. Please tag us there. We want to learn from your experiences. And speaking about people who are watching us, we can jump back to the initial topic about Umbraco community. And Umbraco HQ started the thread today, where they're asking what makes Umbraco friendly in your eyes, and we can all define the level of friendliness and how we see it, and why we see Umbraco community as a friendly community.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to reminisce a little bit, given that we've not been able to meet in person for a while. But for me, like the people, it's all about the people.
Yeah, it's something what we are missing the most right now. And you've mentioned meetups, and I think in general those exchanges, those chats, those conferences and festivals are something what I was waiting for, and those were the checkpoints on my yearly agenda, and right now I don't see them, and I don't have things to wait for, and I don't know for what we should all wait for right now.
Yeah. I saw this week Dean Barker, who we'll all know from speaking at Code Garden, and he's been a long time supporter of Umbraco. He tweeted that for the first time ever, he has no travel plans booked. There's nothing in the calendar. And that's particularly scary, especially someone like me who spends, half of the year traveling and going to events and stuff. Absolutely nothing in the calendar.
You will spend the next half a year fighting with aircrafts and operators to get refunds. But that's another crazy stuff around the whole situation. We are all there. And once again, it's good overall in this whole situation that we and everyone is fighting with the same enemy and the same issue, which is in this case bringing more understanding in all the areas. But people are doing work. We were doing our work. Everybody, at least in our branch, we don't see probably that many issues yet. So people are more focused, are delivering what they've promised to deliver in the past, and we can see a lot of interactivity. And we've been also seeing the script release this week, and it was about and script team. Oh, just not this window. Script team reached us earlier during the week to also promote online activities and virtual activities which are happening right now, because as we all know, or if you don't know, Script magazine was highlighting all of the events and interesting content being shared across Umbraco community in between of the issues, and right now all of the things which are happening are virtual meetups, virtual hackathons, and blog posts or other initiatives which are happening across the web, and all of them are gathered in this new release, right?
Yeah, so we've got pretty much everything we've spoken about actually over the past few weeks. So candid contributions and the hackathon and their fantastic episodes, which keep on coming each week. The announcement last week about the Future of Models Builder from Stefan, Marketing Suite, which we're going to have Jeffrey and Daniel joining us next week to talk about, because that's actually launching on the 30th next week. That's Thursday. And then a bunch of packages as well. And the big difference here is where they would normally feature the activities happening in the festivals coming up. Obviously, this is a little bit sparse right now. So instead, they're focusing on some of the community initiatives like umbraCoffee, like candid contributions to try and bring the community together in a slightly different way.
Yep. And when it comes to meetups, of course, most of them, all of them right now are happening online, and some of the new communities are also joining the movement, and we can probably transfer to this topic right now, because this week this week was the first virtual Bristol meetup, right?
Yeah.
Did you attend maybe?
I've been too busy this week to actually attend any meetups, which is a shame. This one looked quite good. They had a quiz. They had virtual pizza. There was people that wouldn't normally be part of the Bristol group there. No talks, but yeah, a social bit of fun. It's definitely needed.
And there was a meetup which we've mentioned in Manchester, and I saw some great feedback after this meetup, and Purnima's talk about V8 Way. So I assume that it was really well, and the numbers are really cool, because as we've said multiple times in the past, right now everyone is allowed to attend the meetups which are located. Not in the usual location for all of us. So I think it's great that we can reach that many people with the content which would probably not reach this amount of guests or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Purnima's done this talk at the London meetup as well, and it was truly fantastic there. So it's great that we've been able to reach 33 people there. Which is a fantastic turnout. And of course, she's shared the slides and stuff. There'll be a link below for all of that.
Of course. And we had an information today from John about the next in this situation online meetup for the group which he's running, and it's when it's happening. It's on Thursday. April 30th, and I didn't check the agenda yet, but it looks like
Joe Glombeck, and he'll be talking about creating third-party APIs and things in Umbraco, and I will be talking about Azure and setting up Umbraco and how the hell you host Umbraco in this modern day. I'll talk about Kubernetes and Docker as well for a bit, just because people don't really know much about it.
All of the options with different types of approaches. Yeah, that's nice. Really, really nice. So April 30th, the Zoom call. Attendees already 9 attendees signed up. So looks really, really good. That's about meetups and opportunities to exchange the knowledge. But also we had some packages being released this week, and as always, in the topic of packages.
every week, Marcin and I have this thing of who are we going to invite on this week? And looking at this, you think this is a really well-prepared operation. It's not. Very often we've invited someone an hour before the show. However, the past few weeks, we've actually been quite well prepared. This week, we had the discussion of who the hell are we going to invite? And every single week, we go, who's been active? And every week, Kevin Jump comes up. It's always Kevin.
And I don't know if we shouldn't start another show or another, at least streamline of episodes just with Kevin.
Yeah.
or Kevin, if you're watching us or listening to it, just start your own show. I would be the first subscriber. Because obviously Kevin once again was very, very active, and he released the new version of Using Complete package, and also upgraded and helped upgrading the maintenance manager, which I've started from sharing the Aaron Sadler blog post, And Callum, you found this blog. I didn't see that, to be honest.
This is a really nice story. So Aaron, I've been speaking to actually, and he's been wanting to try and upgrade some of the popular V7 packages to V8, some of the ones that are still left behind. And Maintenance Manager was one that he particularly wanted. And I mean, this all transpired within the space of about 24 hours. He tweeted Kevin saying, "Any plans for Maintenance Manager? Do you mind if I give it a go and try and migrate it?" Kevin went, "Yep, sure, make a pull request." There was a pull request within a day, and then it was released. So we've got V2 of Maintenance Manager. Kevin put some of his UI magic in there as well to refine and make it look V8ified, which of course it always, it looks great. But then the best thing was within a day of being released, they had a feature request. And again, Aaron has gone away and he's now working on a feature for this, which is being able to control by domain, I think.
Yeah, multiple websites managed from the same backend.
Yeah. So this is kind of a collaboration between Kevin and Aaron here. But it looks like a fantastic release. And I know that Aaron has plans to do a few more V7, V8 packages in the coming weeks. So I'm sure we'll be hearing more from him.
Yeah. It's really nice about this package itself. I've asked Kevin if there is an idea or option to trigger it from the pipelines, for example, when we are deploying stuff. And there is a way to control it using the config files, which is really cool. And I think I was not aware about this package because I never used it, and it looks like exactly something what is needed when it comes to content freezes and all of the things which were usually just manually asked or triggered with the client when it happens to some kind of unusual or usual irregular deployments.
Definitely. And I saw this week actually a discussion about Kevin trying to find a way of running usync from the command line. So that being like an actual tool as a kind of a separate offering to usync. So you could be able to, as part of a release, perform all of your NuGet usync imports. I know that Chauffeur from Aaron Powell does something similar, but it'd be great to see actually a few more packages and tools open that sort of capability up, especially for people like you and me who are doing large sites and quite complex deployments. Just being able to automate all of that is perfect. So.
Yeah, and Matthew just told us in the comments that he has it working and demoed it on Umbraco Leads. So probably it will be coming soon to the offering, and we will be able to just work with that and automate even more. Another package which was released this week was CSV Import,
and it's not by Richard Soapman.
Yes, it's not this one. It's not CMS import. That's why I just paid more attention to spell it correctly. It's CSV import, which allows to import content from comma-separated values files and just map it. So do almost the same logic as Richard done in the CMS import, which has a ton of other features inside of it here for more tailored purposes to just map content from CSV files into the back office with the different content types and field mappings. Really cool for V8. So again, another way of importing content from somewhere to Umbraco. And of course, what we've missed at the beginning, we had a new release of Umbraco itself. It was a patch release for 8.6, first patch release, and it has a memory leak issue being fixed, which was
This has been there since like V7.6, I think, this memory leak, and it's something to do with the cache. But it's fixed in both both versions, and I believe there'll be a release of V7 at some point in the future that contains this fix too. But 8.6.1 has the memory fix, memory leak fix.
Plus some other smaller fixes and other fixes which are making again the major release more stable and more performant. That's really cool. And speaking about new releases and upcoming maybe work items, you found a really nice thread started today, 4 or 5 hours ago by Lee, who was an author, still is an author of one of the packages for forums done with Umbraco. and I remember using it 8 or even more years ago.
A long time ago.
What was the name of it? It
Dialogue.
wasn't Dialogue. Yes, exactly. So right now, we can probably assume that he wants to start or rebuild some of the dialogue features and make a package for V8. And there are some questions: what out of the box features we would like to see in the forum package, and that's really nice way to contribute again. I've heard a lot of discussions during those years about the forum package, and there were some issues with dialogue in the past which were not addressed or fixed because it wasn't actively maintained. So that's a good way to start something and maybe help in building something really cool for Umbraco V8.
And Lee's got quite a lot of experience in this space because I believe he created just a standard ASP.NET forum as well, open source one called MVC forum. And I think this dialogue is largely based upon that.
Exactly.
So it would be awesome to see that, given a bit of a reboot. Lee's obviously also got quite a lot of experience with releasing packages and complex products from Umbraco because he did Marcello with Rusty, and he did obviously Dialogue and a couple others. He's been a little bit out of the package scene, I think, for a while, but it would be great to see him back. And again, link below. Go and share your thoughts if you want if you want this.
And contribute for sure, because that's if especially I think that it might be important for people who are using forums. I must admit that I'm not an active forum user. I'm more over using Slacks right now than forums. But that's a good way to build something. And if there will be a forum, such an hour, for example, some features which we like from ours, some features which we don't like from forums like that, we can probably highlight them and help build something cool. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And from the other sections, we had some activities. I finally spent some time blogging, and I really like that approach. And after some questions and threads about the performance talk which I gave Umbraco Spark, I've started the series of importance of modern web performance testing, and it's the first article which I shared on our blog, why we should basically start doing it and how we can start doing it easily with some small steps. Really, really cool story, and I tried to highlight the initial issues which I faced when I started investigate performance more, and it will be more if I will have time and motivation to write more articles like that. And we had a candid contributions episode, which again hangs on my to listen list this time. Callum, did you have a chance to listen to this one?
No, unfortunately not. But this week was about time.
About time, yeah.
That's quite funny, and again, procrastination, just like I'm doing by not listening to it yet, is probably addressed too. But yeah, discussing, as they say, estimations, productivity or lack of, leisure time, all that jazz. So that's episode 9.
I think estimations are a really hot topic, and still interesting topic with all the fights and stuff like to estimate or no estimate. And I'm really curious about it, so I will give it a listen probably at the end of today. So yeah, really cool. Link, of course, as always below. And Owen is still showing the final call of the final call. And Callum, I've seen your reply. I was laughing really loud when I saw it. Owen highlighted MVPs and some of the questions being answered by awarded MVPs or renewed last year. And some of them didn't reply yet, Callum included. and yeah, so Owen is going to collect the all the replies and probably will see and be able to read some of the cool stories from outstanding MVPs on this list, right?
Yep, definitely. I will do it.
It's like with my housework at home. It doesn't need to be reminded every 6 months to I don't know, paint the doors and stuff like that. I will do it. I will do it sooner or later, but I will. And that's all from our list. But there is one big thing which we wanted to also mention today, because today the Umbraco CEO, Kim, has a birthday.
Indeed.
So we won't be singing, right, Callum?
No, we won't.
Singing.
But I'm sure he's relaxing in his courtyard with a cocktail or a gin and tonic or or maybe throwing some axes. I think he said his axes are still stuck in Sweden, and he can't.
Okay.
So perhaps not, but yeah. Happy birthday, Kim.
Yeah, obviously, happy birthday. A lot of successes and of course, energy and stuff around all the Umbraco initiatives which you are driving and steering. So happy birthday, Kim. And that's all for this week. It was really, really cool week. As I said, I realized that it's Friday today in the morning. So as always, it's good to just have a checkpoint in this week. And Callum, what are your plans for the weekend and
my
the rest
plans
of the day?
are, as I was saying before we went live, to cut my hair because I'm not quite sure what the hell's going on here. We cut my hair a few weeks ago and it went quite well, and now it's just gone really fuzzy on the top, and it's a problem. So that's
I highly recommend a COVID-19 haircut. It's very practical.
I'm not sure if I'm brave enough to go as short as you, but let's see.
It's really practical. But yeah, I have some meetings today, but I plan to really focus on learning this weekend. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to learn some new stuff to improve something.
You said your wife's been home all week, so you clearly need a break or something.
Yeah.
Lock yourself away and
not work, but something for just purely for myself. And I think that learning, such as listening to podcasts, reading someone else's blogs or books, is exactly something what I need right now. So to avoid burnout behind the corner. Cool. So what about Friday drinks?
Definitely, always. So 3 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. Denmark, Europe, anywhere else. We'll do a Friday bar again. If you would like to join, ping me or Marcin for a link, and we'll invite you to the Zoom channel. It's very social. It's a very informal. Just come along, say how your week's been, have a drink or don't have a drink. It's up to you. Stay for as long as you like. That's it.
Yeah. Or just come and say hi. And go back to your routines and stuff. I wasn't able to make it last week, so I will probably try to catch up this week and see you all there, hopefully. Cool. So see you there on 3 p.m. UK, 4 p.m. PL, and the rest of the world, in Europe at least. And thanks all for watching, and thanks Callum for having a good chat.
Likewise. See you next week.
See you. Bye.